Yo, what is up? I hope you're doing well. If you're here today, it is possible that you might be going something that's truly very exciting in your life and that brings you a lot of love and joy. Or you might be going through some painful times that are bringing you some feelings of hurt, betrayal, sadness. And in today's video, I want to talk about one of my recent learnings that I think I've been thinking about for about a year or two now. Very indirectly, though. I think slowly things aligned, my experiences that I went through, that I came to this learning. And it's nothing crazy, it's very something that's simple. And usually, the simplest things in life are the ones that make the biggest differences. Simplest of actions, just on a consistent basis. Not easy by any means, just simple though to do. If you don't know me, my name is Ashan and welcome to the video. I have been meaning to record a few videos recently since the last one I posted was a couple weeks ago. And last time I almost sat down to record, like I literally set up the camera and everything, and I was like, yo, I don't really feel like it. It feels like it's staged and I don't really want to record these videos. So I didn't, and here I am now talking about just my personal life stuff, logging a journal entry, which is exactly what this channel is supposed to be for anyways. Like sometimes it just slips my mind, bro. It slips my mind that I don't have to like be scripted or perfect or be planning or journaling before I record the video. Like, yeah, that's good. Some videos require that, and that's okay. Some videos should just be the video logs that I do by just like speaking out. No thought process or planning like prior to as much. And I think when I start speaking, I get in this flow state where then things start just coming out that I've been feeling and haven't even been able to verbalize myself. And it already feels amazing to be speaking to you right now, right here in this moment. So, welcome. What it means to be human is to experience all spectrum of emotions. What it means to be human is to experience the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, all of it. Because if you don't go through all experiences, then no experiences hold any value. And there's the the recent dilemma I've been having about the spiritual and material world is that yes, of course, there's a spirit that exists within me beyond the human realm, and there's something higher there. Simultaneously, we are living that higher power is living a human life, which means you have to take care of yourself like you're a human, and humans need certain things in life that you want to make sure that you're taking care of. And it's always the fundamentals: good sleep, good nutrition, physical activity, taking care of your health, taking care of your mental health, mental well-being, which means having a good social circle or just good friends that you can lean on to for support, etc., etc. I can ramble on upon that part quite a bit, as you may have seen in some of my previous videos here if you have been following for some time. And I think recently, like, I've been so like off my self-improvement plan, of which is basically just the culmination of following those habits: good nutrition, good sleep, physical activity, good mental health, reading, journaling, meditating. Like, it is those simple actions that make the biggest difference over the course of time, because it starts to compound and add up, and you get to know yourself in a very intimate and different way than if you were to just not do those things. You get to push your limits, you get to see how far you can push yourself without some external thing pressuring you or stressing you out per se. So like, training for the purpose of health and getting better yourself, not trying to do it for some competition or something. That's just how I'm viewing it. I mean, of course, either way is good as long as you're getting the activity in, right? But the mental fortitude it takes to like do it when there's no like set goal or like set threshold to reach, it's kind of hard. It's difficult sometimes. Back to the conversation of what it means to be human. And we have to go through these experiences because our spiritual beings, our souls are human in this world, and we have to treat ourselves as such. And that means that we allow ourselves to feel all the good things when they come in life, and it means that when the negative experience or painful experiences come, you also move through them with grace and kindness and compassion for the people around you and for yourself. And I think the that goes both ways, or that logic can apply to a lot of things, where the more you do it for yourself, the more you're able to do it for others. The more you're able to do it for others, the more you're able to do it for yourself, and it's this cycle that can continue, and the momentum just feeds on to each other. So taking the small steps is very essential and necessary if you want to learn more about yourself and if you want to grow. Sometimes I feel so lost in life still, or purposeless, even though I feel like for the most part, like I have everything that I've ever dreamed of. And that's one of the other learnings that I've gotten over the past few years, which is external change does not equate to internal change. Just because you're able to change your external surroundings doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to change the internal as a result of that. That's something that I've learned, I don't know, man, for so long as I've been moving from one place to another. Because, I've been, or the most recent example is, or one of the more prominent examples in the past couple of years is when I left my job in 2023, or in 2024 of spring, and then fall 2024 I started my PhD in Indiana. So I went from Wisco, lived in Sweden for a month and a half, came back to New Jersey, then moved to Lafayette, Indiana, middle of nowhere. And I still felt the same feelings that I felt a year before, while I was working on completely different things. And I was in a completely different external environment. I had a completely different set of people that I was hanging out with and seeing on the daily. And still innate, like internally, I still felt some things that I felt at the job that I thought if I got into grad school would just go away. Bro, like, whatever. And that was like around this time last year in November and shit. So if you're really curious, you can consider watching those videos and shit. But like, I've recorded that part of my life, so I know that I still feel like it was pretty prevalent and prominent in teaching me something that I really needed to know. And that's why I know that internal change has got to be the driving factor at all times. Because why does external change have to force you to grow and keep learning and keep diving deeper within yourself? Like, no, that needs to always be there, and that is always instinctually just there for me, even when externally things are the same. And that's how I want to be, or even if I fall short on that, that's how I want to be. That's what I aspire to be. And it's time to get back in that. So two learnings that I just want to leave you with, that I hope you've come to see or play out in your life as well. The first one being good experiences, bad experiences, love, hurt, feel it all, process it all, that is what it means to be human. If we didn't have the entire spectrum of emotions, we would lose the sense of being human. And I feel so deeply grateful for that, because and everything exists simultaneously, the good, the bad. So it I am grateful for all the good stuff. I'm also grateful for all the painful stuff, because in the end I always end up learning something. And I hope perhaps you can share that sentiment with me as well. And if you don't, let me know why in the comments below. The second learning, also, so sorry, wrapping up the first thing. So dance to the life. Take everything with graciousness. When you're rewarded, take that with graciousness and compassion and say thank you. I appreciate that. Spread the love, double the joy, share it with people. And then when you have grief or you have painful experiences, share that too, and dance to both experiences with graciousness and kindness. That's all. I keep thinking of those words, but like I keep coming back to it, because that's how I want to deal with everything in my life moving forward. Like I don't want to hold I don't ever want to make decisions out of resentment or anger, which I know I have done in the past. And I just don't want to do that again. I don't want to live that kind of life. And if that means that I'm going to be a loving person who takes some extra hurt along the way, I feel like I am willing to do that. I am willing to do that, and love and hurt coexist, and so does the good and bad in life. Keep coming back to that as well. So the second learning being, the internal change has to drive the external change. You change yourself first, and then your reality shifts accordingly. Which basically just means make sure you're living in alignment with who you say you are, because if you don't do that, then what do you stand for? Like, what are your values? So self-reflection, determine your values, live by them, and change and evolve as needed and as required and necessitated by life with the experiences that it gives you. All right. So those are the two main things that I'd want to leave you with. I appreciate you joining me here. Thank you so much for coming through, tuning in. I hope you got something out of the conversation. If you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one very soon. I promise. Love you.